Welcome back to another episode of Glory Reds FC podcast. You're joining the studio with myself, Dee, and of course my co-host Benito in the building. What's up, my guy?
What's good, Pastor D? What's good?
Yeah, man, short vibes. Today's gonna be a very low-key conversation. We spoke
Yeah,
before
yeah,
about my throat situation, so I'm not trying to raise my voice today. I'm
yeah.
gonna try to keep cool and mellow, and then I'm gonna leave you for all those moments that needs ranting. I'll let you do that. I'm gonna sit
I
out
got
of the
you.
rant today.
I got you. Yeah,
But yeah, man. Look. A lot to talk about. We're
yeah.
gonna be talking a lot about in this episode. We're gonna cover a bit of the match reaction, what happened over the weekend with Burnley. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
we're playing tomorrow in the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace, and we'll also be facing them on the weekend in the Premier League. So that's going to be very interesting. And then, of course, we're just going to touch on other news that's currently out there, just to keep everybody up to date. So yeah, so I guess let's start off with the Premier League fixture. We played Burnley over the weekend. It was an away match. We won that game, so that's good news.
Yeah,
Having
yeah.
that from the fact that we lost our three previous games and we lost our two previous games in the Premier League. Like we're just talking about the Premier League alone, we've lost the previous two against Brighton and Arsenal. So we needed this win, and this win came at a time where we've lost a lot of players due to injury, and it just seemed that the injury list keeps piling on, officially, unofficially. So when you look at that squad, it really wasn't the best squad that we had to put out there.
Yeah.
And I think when we did the match preview, just as I predicted, Burnley had the lion's share of possession. So, it really came through a moment of genius of one of our veteran players, Johnny Evans, with a beautiful assist to El Magnifico, with that
Man.
beautiful volley goal.
Yeah, man.
So I think let's kick it off with the lineup, right? Because obviously what we predicted and what the lineup ended up being was completely
Bro,
off. And
bro.
yeah, so for those who didn't catch the match, let me just mention the lineup because I can see Benito has a lot to say about it. So let me
Nah,
just say
like
the line
I was just
and
thrown off by it, bro.
yeah. Let me go through it real quick, and then you
Mm.
can give me your hot take on what you thought. Like, what was your thought process when this starting 11 came out? So, goalkeeper Andre Onana, right back Diogo Dalot, center back pairing of Victor Lindelof and Johnny Evans, left back Regulon, our CDM pairing of Casemiro and Scott McTominay. In the midfield, we played Rashford. He was playing obviously as the number 11. And number 11, the which was left wing. Hannibal Maybury as our number 10, and Fernandez was pushed off to the wings, playing as our number 7 or right winger. And then, of course, we had Rasmus Højlund up front. So, yeah, my guy, talk to us, man. What did you think about that lineup when it dropped?
Bro, that lineup threw me off guard. Like, you know, when something stops you in your tracks. Like
Yeah,
when you're like about to drink something and then you just spit it out like I
yeah,
had one of bro because I was like, whoa, what is this?
mm,
Hannibal,
yeah,
Tommy Casemiro.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Johnny
Johnny
Evans.
Evans, bro. Where's
Yeah,
Pelestri? The guy we thought that he was gonna get his chance. All these things. This guy didn't even come on. Johnny Evans, I was shocked because I looked at his stats and when I jumped on and I was like, oh, homeboy is holding his own. But again, it's still not right
yeah,
because he's not our number one. Let's not get comfortable with Johnny
yeah.
Evans
True,
cameos and this man of the match performances. We love
mm,
Johnny Evans. He shouldn't have been
true.
sold 5-10 years ago. I don't know when that was. But
Mm,
now he's a different player. He came and put in a shift. I appreciate it, but let's not
mm-hmm.
get comfortable. Varane is back. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on with Martinez. Varane, Lindelof, back. Simple. until Martinez comes back, and then we start swapping things around. But let's not complicate things for us. And I get it. Varane was coming back from injury. You know what I mean? So they had to slowly bring him in. But then, man, a player started pulling. Regulon started pulling his muscle, and I'm thinking to myself, like, really, dude? And then the manager comes out and says, nah, he was sick, but he wanted to play. Like, I get it. I do. Like, that also would impress me as a manager. Like, somebody that's saying, listen, I'm going to put this thing. But if the guy is not fit to start the game, why take chances, D? Why take chances? And I come in second half. First half, obviously not seeing, because remember I predicted, I thought that Rashi and Hoyland were going to be on it, right? So in the first half, I'm only seeing my Magnifico's goal, and I'm like, okay, something's not right. Rashford and Hoyland are not able to break through this thing. Then I come second half, I check what's going on. Same old Rashi. I don't know. Maybe you saw something different. I'm sure he put a shift in. He looked like he put a shift in. But, man, there are things that I'm noticing of Rashford that I wish I shouldn't be noticing them. And it's upsetting me. And it is making me worried at the same time, because this boy is Erik ten Hag's boy. It's a wrap. Like, I don't know what we can say they will do. It can only come from Eric to bench freaking Rashford. Bruh, you know, when you're looking at these stats, like when you're looking through the scores and stuff, and then you look at the substitutions, like teams that make substitutions. Son substituted. Big players in big teams get substituted. Do you understand? And here, United was still holding on. I honestly think if Garnacho did Garnacho come on?
Nope.
Didn't. Garnacho and Facundo, they would have, I don't know, correct me if I don't know what to say, man. I'm just gonna let you say something right now, because the manager did puzzle me. Hooray, we got the point. But if we're going to do the same thing again against another team, this was Burnley. They are a little bit strong. We're going to meet another lesser team or another stronger team than Burnley. What's going to happen? Why do we have to keep on worrying about the next game? We get hyped up. Like, this was supposed to be our turnaround, our comeback. Man, I'm not supposed... Like, nobody's telling me anything this week. United, sit your ass down. We just whooped these guys 7. That was my mentality. But I still have my tail between my legs, bro, because it was just 1-0, and it was an individual brilliant moment between Evans and Bruno, something that they've connected, because I saw in the interview something. And boom. Other than that, nothing. Rashi, nothing. Hoyland, Hoyland was still bringing him in. I get it, but nothing. Like, come on, man.
I think you know what, ne? In sort of defense of Erik ten Hag, I think it was more about preparation for this coming week. So I think this is probably the last game he wanted out of these players before giving them a break, because obviously Premier League is important. I think he just wanted us to get a point at all costs. And then it's like, go on break. And then I expect to see everyone who was sitting on the bench to be starting against Crystal Palace tomorrow. So I expect to see Lte Benito as our keeper. I expect to see Anthony Martial, Alejandro Garnacho, Facundo Pellistri as our front three. I expect to see Amrabat in the midfield, alongside with probably Hannibal or Mason Mount if he's fit, you know. And you never know, you could even see a Donny van de Beek coming off the bench, because he was on the bench for this game against Burnley. So he could also make a feature. And then probably our back four, you know, we'll probably see a Varane playing a full 90 minutes just to certify that he is fit and ready to come back. Johnny Evans would definitely play in that game, since this was only his first game that just played. so he should be fit for that. And then yeah, I don't know about the wing backs, who will see, but that's the only explanation I can tell. But otherwise, for this match, yeah, man, Rashford needs to give more. And with Rashford, Ben, I think the reason why I am not really upset, maybe as much as everybody else, is because of last season. I think last season, and firsthand, I refused to jump on the bandwagon of ooh Rashford. You know what I mean? I just accepted that. Fine, you have hit your form, you're where you're at, but I'm still reserving my excitement for you because I've seen this happen before. I've seen you going to have an amazing season, and the following season you default back to your normal self. And so him defaulting now is sort of like I'm angry because it's not what I wanted, but it's almost
What
like
you
an
expected it.
I knew it. Yes, it was like an and I knew it moment. Like I
Yeah.
knew it, bastard. You try to get me excited about you for nothing. You know what I mean? Remember last season when we used to
I
chat and I used to
remember.
tell
I
you, Ben,
remember.
I don't want to get excited. I don't want to jump on this, yeah, Rashford, yeah, Balando. I didn't want to get behind all of that because I'm like, I know my boy. He will shine brighter than the sun. Oh, fuck. Come next season, something else. You know what I
That's
mean? And he's
that's true.
back to. So that's why for me, I'm so chilled about it. I'm like, nah, I expected this. You know what I mean? But and it's a shame because I don't want it to be like that. I want him to be that player that he was last season. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, Hannibal Maybury. Look, he had an okay game, nothing stand out. And again, I think it's just a lot of the time these players are not having their best game because they are being played out of position. Obviously, McTominay played out of position. Fernandez played out of position. Hannibal Maybury, I don't even know his best position, so I don't know what
He's
excuse I can give for him.
he's an attacking midfielder, that one.
He's an attacking midfielder, so he's not really prompted to be a number 10. So almost like Mason Mount,
Yeah, yeah.
attacking midfielder. And then, yeah, man, Regulon came off. I thought it was an injury. Apparently, he played because, he wanted to play even though he was sick. And, I get your point of why start him, but at the same time, who else could we have started? Because we have
True.
got injuries. We literally have no one to start if he doesn't play. So,
And
it's one
Maguire
of those.
wasn't there too, right?
And Maguire wasn't there.
That made
And
sense.
I mean, literally, when Amrabat made his debut, he was playing as a left
Bro,
back. You know what I mean? We couldn't even
hey,
see him playing in his best position,
that
which
pissed me off, bro. Like I just got annoyed. Like I
mm,
was like I was looking at him there all happy, and I'm like, yes, yes.
yeah,
Then they just send him to left back, and I'm like, and then they almost chow him, they
yeah,
almost beat him, and I'm like,
yeah,
like really, like really?
mhm,
No, we don't
yeah,
need this. Like we don't need this.
mm,
The world is going to. They're just going to come at us. Yeah, I'm about this. I'm about that. Look,
yeah,
So
yeah, man. But other than that, look, man, we got the 3 points. We needed the 3 points. I think all of these players need to just take a break. I mean, they have been playing away matches back to back to back. I mean, we went away to Arsenal. Sorry, went away to Brighton, and then we went away to Germany to play in the Champions League. Came back, and then we went away to Burnley. So
no,
I think it's
Brighton
only
beat us
fair.
at home, bro.
Oh snap! That was a home game. Sorry, but yeah. So I think these players, deserve a well-deserved break, and I don't expect them to see them starting tomorrow, even though I have a feeling Bruno is probably going to start tomorrow, which I'm not going to be happy about.
Me
Um,
too.
you
Me
know,
too. I would like
but
him to come off the bench in these Carabao games
yes,
until the
yes,
latter stage because he
exactly,
brings in too much energy and too much wisdom.
yes,
He comes with too
yes,
much wisdom,
yeah,
So yeah,
true.
yeah.
But yeah, that's I think that's our brief take on the match yesterday that we played. I think all in all, we're happy that we got the 3 points, and we can look forward to the next game, which of course is going to be against Crystal Palace
Mm.
in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. But D, before you
Yeah.
actually carry on there, man,
Okay.
um, I don't know if you noticed this. I don't know if anybody also has picked it up, but please, Just bear with me. I have a problem with our wingbacks, bro.
Okay.
Dalot and Regulon. I do. I have a big problem with them. Like I get
Okay.
they do nice. They like when they're playing the touches in between in between game, during run of play in the middle
Yeah.
when they're running up front, trying to get involved. I get all
Yeah.
that. Sometimes they stop interceptions. I get all of that. But their primary job, bro, I know people might not like this, but yo, Dalot has been skinned quite a few times. And it's concerning. I mean, we end up defending, but there's something that's just not ticking. And
Yeah.
even the final ball, like even in the final third, the thing that he's supposed to be excelling in, he's not
Yeah.
really excelling in it. So I'm trying to understand, and I get that he's the only defender that's there right now, but something is up.
Yeah.
Something is up. Regulon is very good going forward. He literally is Trent Alexander-Arnold
Yeah.
in the sense that defending, oh my God, they've got a lot of blind spots. But
Yeah.
attacking wise, and obviously when I compare him to Trent, I don't mean he's as good as Trent. But I mean like that mentality of always just wanting to go forward, always
Yeah.
looking to give that pass and move forward. That is a Trent, and
Yeah.
Trent, great,
Trent.
So
Yeah.
they're good at that. But at the defending, bro,
Yeah.
we really miss those guys. We really need either
Shaw
Malasia
and Bisaka.
or Shaw or Bisaka to come back
Bisaka.
because
True.
our defenders,
Yeah.
Lindelof and these guys, once that happens, once they get beaten, they are easily drawn into that fight, into that dogfight. And how
Yeah.
many times have you seen that open area where these guys, Odegaard likes to hang around and put in all the goals that were scored against Brighton? You understand?
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah.
just nobody there. It's because those guys have been beaten.
Mm.
And now these other defenders are forced now to go there and put themselves involved, get involved. Now, there has to be only one result for our defender to get the ball. The moment he misses that ball, it's a problem.
It's true.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have just based on that, I get that we won, but I saw Dalot get beat. I saw Regulon get beat.
Yeah.
Even during the Bayern Munich game, I know the Bayern Munich game was very strong. Like I get,
Yeah.
man, Bayern Munich was strong compared to us, but
Yeah.
those guys were beaten. Like it's a problem. Like we need Wan Bissaka. Like I don't care what people say. Wan Bissaka
Yeah.
needs to be restored back into his. He needs to get back quick. He really
True.
does. And
Yeah.
and Shobeto Carlos. Shobeto Carlos needs to get back fast,
Yeah.
so we can
Yeah.
stop this madness. Because once that
Yeah.
happens, then our center backs are very secure. And then we can now just deal with other stuff. But then now when they have to deal with so many things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I've also not been liking the defensive output of both Delo and Regulon. I think they really need to tighten up in that area of their play because we can't keep having these teams getting opportunities like that.
All the time.
Because by them getting beaten or by them allowing the players to get into comfortable places to make crosses into the box, it's just not beneficial for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we need our players back. We need Shaw back. We need Bisaka back. But for now, I think Ten Hag needs to have a strong word with them and say, guys, you need to fulfill your defensive responsibilities above everything else, you know. And then yeah, we take it from there.
There was a tackle, not even a tackle. There was a defensive moment that Varane had. I don't know if like when he came on like towards the end there. I know it sounds simple, but he was covering that near post
Yeah,
with making sure like he gets like I don't get it, D. I don't get it.
yeah,
Like, nah, man. Nah. I get upset when our players do these kind of things. Like these mistakes piss me off because I'm sitting here thinking, bro,
Yeah.
Like for nah. You're getting paid
Yeah.
too much money for you to be making these stupid basic. Like let's not get on you because of this. Really,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
nah.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
But
Yeah.
we've got a double header.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Because they
Yeah.
were playing the same team twice, different competitions.
A back-to-back
A back to back.
fixture.
The Crystal Palace back to back. This one is
Crystal
gonna be
Palace
interesting.
back-to-back. Yeah. And are both the fixtures home fixtures for us?
Uh,
Because I know
mm,
the Carabao is a
oh
home
yeah.
and the Premier League is it a home fixture as well?
I think so. I think
Let
so.
me just
We
let me
we were
check real
drawn
quick.
as home for the Carabao.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
check real quick. Yeah, so both fixtures are gonna be home. For for Premier League and Carabao. So yeah, I think to kick things off,
Yeah.
let's go with the predictor starting 11. I think this one should at least be 70%. I'm gonna say 70% accurate because as much as we want to believe that Ten Hag is gonna start a lot of the players that sat on the bench and never got a chance to start, I think it'll give us a better inclination. You know what's so funny? And I don't want to bring it up, but I just want to say it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I remember we had this discussion over the international break, and then the whole Anthony thing happened, and then the Sancho thing happened, and then there was just noise about Pelestri's gonna start, and I'm like, yo, y'all need to chill with this Pelestri thing. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously I gave I gave my motive to say, look, I also want Pelestri to start, but just given the track record with Pelestri and Ten Hag, he's just not in his favor, you know.
Mm.
And so I sort of mentioned to say, um, like people should be very cautious and wary about it. Like, don't expect it, even though he's the obvious option. Don't expect it because we've seen in the past that he hasn't been in favor of Ten Hag.
Mm.
And this past weekend, we expected him to start and he didn't. You know, maybe we even started ahead of him. And you know what's so funny is that literally in our match preview, I spoke about Ten Hag would rather play another player in a different position and
To
move someone
accommodate
to
another fucking thing.
accommodate. And that's exactly what he did again. He
Yeah.
brought in Maybury and McTominay and then moved Fernandez to the position he's supposed to play in. So I think going into this prediction for the Crystal Palace match, I think we need to approach it with that type of energy to say, look, as much as it seems like Pelestri is going to start, we should keep in mind that there's a huge possibility that he won't. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
and not that we don't want him to start or we don't like him, but man, it just is what it is.
I totally get you, bro. Like, trust me, I understand. I've always understood what you meant, but I just always on the thingy. I was always on the of the like the thought that like, okay, that position is literally vacant, and like there's you know how it is where in these movies where the coach is trying to make a sub, you know,
Yeah,
like he has exhausted everybody in his bench, and he's still
yeah,
anyone, like literally, there's still one guy left, but he's still like
yeah,
anyone,
yeah,
anyone, and it's
yeah.
like come, and then the guy comes in and does the work. Like Pelestri is in
Yes,
that situation. Like I've totally
true,
understood that. But you
true.
know what's funny, D? We can literally
Yeah.
go with the way that you're thinking, and then Eric Ten Hag throws another curveball and starts
Yep.
Pelestri, and then we'll be like,
Exactly.
okay, do you like
What?
this kid or not? Like, can you explain
Exactly.
to us because you're confusing us?
Yeah.
I'm sure he has his reasons. I
True.
like you said, maybe half the team that sat on that bench is going to play
Mm.
against Crystal Palace. This is the
Yeah.
Carabao Cup. We are the defending champions, or the
Yeah.
holders or whatever. So maybe he's going with the strategy. Maybe he's gonna go strong. Maybe he's gonna
Yeah.
treat it as one of those games to help propel him into the Premier League, because the Premier League at the end of the day
Yeah.
is the most important. But
Yeah.
we're playing the same team
Yeah.
twice.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Do you think We might find two different teams, as in like this Wednesday we'll find one team that will play, and then there'll be subs, and then
Yeah,
during the weekend a different team with its subs, or a mixture of them both, or
yeah, yeah.
wait.
I think we're gonna find two different squads because the
To what
time frame.
extent?
I think to about, I think 70% of the squad is gonna be different. The only
Remember?
the only players that I'm expecting to see starting
Mm,
is Delo because we have no other right back option.
true.
Um, you'll probably start the same center backs because again we do not have any other options because of injuries. So you'll probably
Who?
go with Varane because
Uh-huh.
he has come
Oh,
out of injury,
okay.
and he will probably have, and you'll probably start Johnny Evans because he had a good game against Burnley, and probably give Victor Lindelof a break.
Yes.
And then if Regulon is feeling well, you'll start Regulon. If not, and I
He
don't even
might
want to,
take,
I don't even
yeah,
want to say
Lindelof
this,
right
but
back, Dalot
you,
left back.
yeah, you could go ahead and do that. And yeah, that's a possibility.
I
Yeah.
read your mind.
And when I saw Johnny Evans start yesterday, the
Uh,
first player that came to my mind was Maguire, and I'm like, my guy, if up to now you still don't get it, if if up to now you still don't get it,
hint, hint,
I
my
don't
guy.
know, fam. I don't know. I don't know, fam. If up to now, my guy. Anyway, so those ones, probably Onana, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know because Dave did play a lot of the last season, even with keepers that we got on loan, and that it didn't change. You know what I mean? He basically played everything, Carabao, FA, everything. So you'll probably see Onana even start as goalkeeper. And then midfield, I don't expect to see Casemiro. I expect to see Amrabat, and I
Uh,
expect to see Ericsson. And then number 10, I expect to see Bruno. And you know what, Neben? To be honest with you,
it's
I,
very
I
difficult.
know I know I said Martial, Pelestri, and Garnacho, but I know he's gonna start Rashford and
You see,
Rasmus. I know. And then he will maybe start Pelestri. Maybe. If he doesn't, then you'll probably start Garnacho and then play Rashford on the right, and then they'll probably interchange. But yeah, man. So I basically mentioned the same exact team. So yeah, but basically I think Amrabat, Ericsson are gonna be the two different players that are gonna start. Varane, because obviously he didn't start on against Burnley, so he will start. So that's three players, and
Mason
then
Mount is back, bro.
oh yeah, and then Mason Mount. So I expect to see those four players.
But Mason where? Because you have put everybody else in their
So
place.
oh yes, so Mason Mount in the number 7 position. Either you'll play Mason Mount in the 7 position, or you'll play Bruno in the 7 position, and then Mount as a
Number 10.
number 10. Yeah. So that's my predicted.
Is that
Yeah,
is that the one? Is that the one that you're going to put on your fantasy app?
yeah, so I'm gonna put Onana, Delo, Varane, um, Johnny Evans, Regulon, Amrabat, Ericsson, Mount, Fernandez, Rasmus Hoyland, and you know what? Nah, I'm actually gonna say Martial instead of Rashford. I think you'll bench Rashford instead of Martial.
That'll be funny to see. I don't. Anyway, I would love that because you know
Yeah,
what? We
mm,
will see how we play without Rashford.
exactly.
We will
And we'll
see
see
if
who is
there's
a
who's
and
the
who and who is
problem.
and who is a better pairing between
Yes,
Rashford and Rasmus on the left, or Martial and Rasmus? Because
I
to truth
think
be
it's going
told,
to be Rasmus and Martial.
dude, and you know the
I
thing is,
reckon.
it's just obviously because we don't play 4-4-2 formation anymore. But given the type of strikers that we have, I honestly think that Rasmus and Martial will complement each other if we're playing a striker system.
Like
I
Haaland
honestly
and
believe,
Alvarez, right?
like Holland and Alvarez, and then have like
I
Rashford
think
on
so.
the wing, Pelestri on the wing. But like I said, it's just unfortunate we don't do 4-4-2 because now we're playing with the number 10 and we don't really have a strong defense. But yeah, I would go like those two: Martial, Rasmus up front, Rashford on the left, Palestri on the right, and then in the middle have like a Casemiro and a Bruno, or an Amrabat and a Bruno, um, and then a solid back four. You know what I mean? In fact, if it was Van Gaal would have probably gone with three defenders and then gone with a trio of Casemiro, Amrabat, Bruno, and then have Rashford, Palestri, Martial, and Rasmus up front. But yeah, man.
Honestly, me, I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
won't even lie because, like I said, the lineup that came out this game week threw me off. So now
yeah,
I'm trying to see. Wait, is this now like all better off? Because now the way he picked that, the way he changed it, bro. Like honestly, the way he changed, I
yeah,
get it. I get we have
yeah,
all these injuries and they know how they want to bring all these players back in. But that
yeah,
one just took me off guard. So now it's making it difficult for me to predict because you know
yeah,
what? You need to think of the situation of the games. This is our
yeah,
first Carabao game. We are defending.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we lose that game. There's already a story there. There's gonna be a fucking story if we lose that
True,
game to Crystal Palace. And we're playing
true.
home. You know what I mean? Fine.
Yeah,
Does he go strong? Does he go middle? Does he go what? The way
yeah,
United is playing right now, we keep thinking they're going to improve. They're not improving. So now we can
yes,
judge them very well because their performance has not been good. For all the games that they've played, they've not been
yeah,
good. It has
yeah,
been the same. Obviously, there's
yeah,
some sort of structure here and there, and some sort of I don't even know the word to give it, but there's some
yeah,
sort of something is happening there, but
yeah,
it's keeping us afloat. However, we're
yeah,
not playing well.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
So now, how do you pick the next game? Because
Mm.
the manager is gonna be like, okay, where's his mind? Because okay, first of all, you try to put him. Where was your mind when you're picking that team against Burnley?
Yeah,
Were you saving players because you're gonna bring them against Crystal Palace? If that's
yeah,
if that's the case, D, then it makes
yeah,
it easy for us.
yeah,
Then we've always thought that this guy's gonna do this, and then he doesn't do it. He throws a
mm.
curveball. So
Yeah,
what if he does? Imagine he goes and continues with the same team that played against Burnley. Because in his head he'd be like, "This was a winning team." You understand? This team had a good
I get
structure.
you.
Then
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god. Okay, obviously
yeah,
maybe he might change and put Alte because I mean Alte now all of a sudden he needs to get some game time. You
exactly.
can't be going. We can't be
Dude,
fussing about this goalkeeper and then you don't give him game time.
dude,
So he's
what?
one player. Yeah, for me, he's
Mm.
one player that I see. Okay, might be the one that starts. Then maybe Varane
Yeah,
because he's fit.
yeah,
Amrabat, he could, but then it will all depend on the mentality of the coach. I
yeah,
swear, I cannot lie to you, and I'm not even going
yeah,
to lie to our listeners because I
yeah,
have been trying to figure out how we're going to play. Because I'm
true.
like, what is he going? Is he gonna go strong? Okay, you go strong, then it means we pick our best 11 based on
Yeah,
even everybody that's coming in. Cool. But then
yeah,
this best 11 still needs to play in the Prem because the Prem is more
exactly,
important. So what are you
exactly.
going to do? And the Crystal Palace energy is going to change. You're not going to get the same energy in this first game and in the Prem.
Yep,
It's going to be
yep,
completely different. So how are you
yep.
going to pick your squad? Bro, I've been racking my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to lie. I
Mm.
saw yours and I was listening to you make yours. There was so
Yeah.
many, there was a lot of chopping and changing. And I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? It emphasized my point. Like, this is not as easy as we might think. Because we could
Yeah.
go the safe way, and then he just goes another way, and then you'll be like, Eric, Aibo, ay,
Mm.
emanyana, man. Where, emanyana, wait. Like, we're trying to keep up with you. Now you're again.
Yeah.
Again. Dog. So I will just go with a team that I think might play. And
Okay.
I'm just gonna, this is just from the top of my dome now.
Okay.
I'm not saying that this. I'm just picking.
All right.
Back.
Cool.
I'm expecting Alte to start
All right.
in the midfield. Before I say that, where is Martinez? Because I don't know what's happening with him.
Yeah, I'm also not sure what's happening. We'll figure it out and we'll give an update tomorrow on
Okay, so
what's
that
happening. Yeah.
Martinez, his results or whatever it is, his situation will also affect my change, because I
Yeah.
feel like if he's fit and if Varane is also fit, they will start. And then
Okay.
because Regulon pulled something, I don't know. I think it's too early for him to start. So I might see it that we might see a Dalot to the left
Okay.
and Lindelof to the right.
Okay.
This is how I'm seeing it. If we're bringing
Mm.
everybody, but now Martinez is not fit. Let me just
Yeah.
without him. So Lindelof goes in there. Sorry. Varane, Johnny Evans, Lindelof at the right, at the left, Dalot.
Okay.
And then in my midfield, this one is gonna it's not surprising. Casemiro and Amrabat. Boom.
All
And
right.
then the number 10 is going to be Bruno.
Yeah.
Up top, this is where it gets tricky
Yeah.
because Mason Mount is coming back.
Mm.
He could start, so I don't know. Martial looks like he's a ticking time bomb. He wants to go.
Yeah.
He looks like he wants to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Rashford, him being the favorite, So this is how I think it's going to be. I
All
think it's going
right.
to be Martial, Rashford, and Hoyland up top.
Yeah.
I know. How does that work?
Yeah.
He's gonna put Rashford on the right, just on paper.
Mm. Mm.
On paper it will look like Rashford is gonna be playing on the right, but once the game
Yeah.
starts, Martial and Hoyland are gonna do that new. They're gonna work on that new relationship. That's how
Yeah.
I see.
True.
Otherwise, I'm waiting for him to change otherwise. But then that's the team that I sort of see. I can't see Eric Ten Hag stingy Martial, bruh. You know how it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
bro,
I
nah.
hear you.
Like
I hear you.
he
But
does,
you know
it
the
will
thing
win.
is,
Yeah.
you know what the thing is, Ben.
Mm,
As much as we're like it's gonna be so unfair for Martial not to be a starting player in this
mm,
United 11.
mm.
But when you also think about it, it's like we only have two strikers, and it's dangerous starting both of them. Like I know other teams do it. I know City are doing it, but City is City. You know what I mean? City can get by without one of their strikers or even both. Just because of how they play. You know what I mean? But we are different. We rely so much on specific players in specific positions that when these players get injured, it's a problem. And so we really rely on our backups. We can't have both them injured at the same time. We panic. Look at us already panicking because Pisaka and Shaw are injured. You understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
with the Martial thing, man, it's gonna be difficult because as much as I want to see Rasmus and Marcel play in the first team alongside each other and build that relationship, it's also that thing of, hey man, if both of them want to be playing at the same time throughout the whole season, they're both gonna get exhausted. And if they get injured, then who's gonna be our option? Which
No.
really sucks. United have always had uh, a roster of strikers. You know what I mean? Never fell short of strikers. But of late, we just don't have that. You know what I mean? We don't have a roster of strikers in our squad, and I
You
know
know,
he's gonna bench Rashford for Martial, um, and then interchange them like that. So, hey man, I don't know. What are your thoughts, man?
look at it this way, my guy. Think about it like this, because like as you were talking, I've like it was formulating in my head. So you see the formation that Eric Ten Hag deployed against Burnley,
Yeah,
as in like he sort of like had Rashi and Hoyland up top, and
yeah,
then Bruno in the number 10 position. Like when you looked at it on paper, it was like a 4-3-1, 4-3-1-2 4-2, right?
Yeah.
4-3-1-2. Yeah,
Yeah.
2.
4-3. 4-3. Yeah. 4-3-1-2. Yeah.
4-3-1-2. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looked like that. And then obviously Bruno was at the top there, but then Bruno changed. The formation changed. When the game started, he went to the right,
Yeah.
and then they deployed that same thing. So now
Yeah.
the beauty about having, okay, now obviously this will all come from the manager, and this is just me from my perspective. But look at it this way. Yes, we know that these guys, they'll get injured. The beauty about it is that we have backup wingers. Because when we play this position, let's say he wants to go with the same formation that he did against Burnley. It can actually accommodate all these players that he wants to bring in: Bruno, Martial, Martial, Hoyland, and Rashi. In the sense that Martial and Hoyland are the top. Rashi looks like he's the number 10. And then Bruno gets into that midfield, the three at the back there with Casemiro and either Amrabat or whatever. That's the midfield.
Yeah.
That's already a strong midfield when you look at it.
So
The only
almost like
thing,
a Ralph
yes,
Ragnick 4-2-2-2.
yes. Now you see, Rashford has got very tricky, skivy. He skives like tricky tendencies where you'll see him on the left doing his business, but then somehow he will drift into the center. So
Yeah.
this position that he is in this formation kind of works because he's in the center of everything, but he can also drift to the left and do his thing. While
Yeah.
we've got Bruno, Amrabat, and Casemiro handling things at the back. Obviously, those three are going to sort themselves out in the best way. You know what I mean? They're going to sort
Yeah.
themselves out. But that idea, if we're putting that picture of that starting lineup that he had, it could
Yeah.
work. Now, let's say he wants to rest the strikers, or he's picking up that, hey, maybe Martial is about to pull something, or Hoyland or something like that, because they've played together, they've started. Good thing he's got two wingers inside in the locker, two young, hungry wingers, left and right. Now I know this is fantasy thinking. I know it will never happen, but look, if he wants to substitute Martial, he can, because then he can put Rashford back in his position. The kid, whoever he wants to put him in, or whatever, vice versa. Keep the other striker. The other striker now has got a different option of an attacker. However, he's utilized his front three in, I don't know, but then that's the mental. That's where I was thinking when I was looking at it, because I'm like, if he's gonna go with this formation, this is the only way I see it working. But I don't see that happening, because I don't see him putting Rasmus and Martial. Like, I don't know when we are going to get to see that pairing, because I think there's something there. You know, what Rashford had with Martial? Martial, you know what? I think it's a Martial thing. Martial dealt well with other players.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a Martial. He's the one that makes the effort to do the connection, to have the chemistry with the players. And then these other guys are just the ones who are floating around. No, it is a Martial thing. Let me put it like that. Yeah. Because I keep thinking Martial and Rashford are going to come back, and because if Rashford has the mentality that he has right now, he will ignore Martial making those runs behind him, and he has. You know, so yeah.
So let's say we have a full fit squad. Everybody, including our signings.
Yeah.
What do you think our strongest starting 11 looks like? Like, real quick. Obviously, I'm going a bit off topic, but real quick, what do you think our strongest starting 11 could look like? Even because you're talking about that good pairing of Rasmus and Martial. Just imagine now we had to go face Bayern in the second leg. Everyone is fit. Who is your start? What's the starting 11 that you're gonna pick?
Everyone is fit.
Everybody.
Woo, this one is tricky. Okay, no, it's not tricky actually. Onana obviously will. You know what? I just want to see this Alte keeper first.
I also want
I
to
would
see him.
love to see him. I want to see how he plays, because I feel like I'm gonna feel much more safe with him, unless otherwise.
Yeah.
But I'll start with Onana.
Okay.
Bisaka at right back. Varane, Butcher, Shaw. Simple. Simple.
Very
Like
simple.
easy, bro. Like that was so like
Yeah,
radical. And
yeah.
then in my midfield, I go Kase, Amrabat, Bruno. Pa, pa,
Simple,
finish. That's
simple.
my 3 midfield. Bang! Another banger. It gets tricky now. It
The
gets
front three.
tricky. That front three is a
Oh
headache.
man,
But
that's
I
a
can
front
tell you
three.
this. Tell you
Mm,
this.
yeah,
I need to now ask you that question that you asked.
yeah.
Form, does that come part of it? Or
Yes,
do we carry
form as
form right
well.
now? Like
Form
so
as
this everything is
well.
high for everyone in our
Everything is high. Everyone is fit. Everyone's on form. It's ticking. Like it's happening.
goals here, there.
Goals, alles, Alma, alles, everything.
Front three. Fuck. Yo, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go Rashid left.
Okay.
I know this will be controversial. Martial up top.
Okay.
You said fit, right? Everyone
Yeah,
fit.
yeah, everyone fit. Yeah.
Mason Mount right.
Okay. Interesting. 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 Very
Everyone.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rashford, Martial, Mount. I would
Okay.
have wanted to put Sancho. I did.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm like right wing, Ibo. Left wing,
Yeah.
even on your best numbers don't compare to Rashi's. So
Yeah. Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
So Rashi, Martial, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know you.
Dude.
Like
Yeah.
I'm talking because this question is very specific. So I need to
Yes.
based on what I know about you. So Martial takes my number 9 position because I know him fit, him
Yeah.
everything 100,
It's a problem.
Ah,
It's a problem.
you can't touch Martial. He's unplayable. He is
True.
He's a menace to
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Martial up top, and then I've got Mason Mount because I
Yeah.
know that graft, that right wing. I'll
Yeah.
just tell him that I need you to just put balls inside. Look for Martial.
Yeah.
He's always there. That's my team.
All
What's
right.
yours?
I think I'll go the same, everything, and then front three,
Yeah.
definitely having Martial up front, 100%. Rashford, yeah, on the left. On the right, you know what, nah? This is a tough one. This is
It
a
is
tough one. But you know what, nah? I would actually go with Diallo on the right.
Ahmad.
I would go with Ahmad. I would definitely. He's got the pace. He's got the skill.
Oh, you were thinking like that. Ah, man.
Everybody, Ben. Everybody fit. Everyone's on form.
Ahmad is a little devil baller. That
Yeah,
little
no, he's a
that
baller.
boy.
He's a baller.
Ahmad is a problem.
He's a baller. I can't wait for him to be fit. Because
No,
if
right
Hag's
wing.
not going to start him, I
Sorry.
don't know.
Yes.
I don't
yes.
know. That's his posy. That's his. That
D,
position waiting for him to be fit.
for the first time, I'm gonna be a waste man, and I'm gonna renege on the position.
Yeah.
I completely forgot
Yeah,
about Ahmad. Like, if we're talking, everyone is ticking.
Yeah.
Ahmad is our number 1 right winger.
100%.
I'm
That
sorry,
boy,
he's our Robin, Salah,
dude.
Mahrez.
Because honestly, I rate him higher than Anthony, and I think probably, and you know what, Ben? I think why a lot of people would struggle to rate him higher than Anthony is number one, I think because Anthony's Brazilian. Number two, the price that we got him for, and number three, they're probably gonna base it off his time at Ajax with Ten Hag,
Yes.
But if you just if you had to compare both of them, their raw talent, like forget about skills and whatever,
Ahmad
beats Anthony 10 times over in probably every department. Pace, skills, dribbling, finishing, everything. when I see that boy play, he hits the target 9 times out of 10, way more than Anthony.
Bro.
Way more. Way more. When he takes that shot with his left foot, way more times is he on target than Anthony is. So I'm telling you, that is Ahmed's position, man. Once that boy is fit, that's it. If he doesn't start that position, I don't know, Ben. I don't know. I seriously don't know.
Man, I actually love that that's what you said about him because I feel the same way, D. You
Mm,
know, I've just put a pause on Ahmad because he's injured and I just don't want people to talk too much and,
yeah,
raise
yeah,
their alarm. And I don't want to, get people hyped up like, like sort of like the Palestri kind of thing. But my
yeah.
God, D, you are absolutely spot on.
Mm,
Ahmad is the
yeah.
future.
He is.
When we bought him, that was, in fact,
That
when we
was
bought him,
it. Yeah,
that was the actual reason. Like he's for the
exactly.
future.
Yeah.
And no, that kid is he's mesmerized. He's got a
Yeah,
wand of a left foot. A
yeah,
wand, bro.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
guy can do some. Hey man, I was even about to name some Harry Potter spells, but he
You know
can
what,
do
man?
it with his left.
I'm really looking forward to next season. And I'm gonna say this briefly because I think we're going a bit over time, so we need to wrap
Yeah,
this up
yeah,
real quick. But just say something real quick. I'm really looking forward to next season because I'm hoping that Ahmed will be fully fit, have more game time, have more experience with this team to be fully integrated into the team to start next season. Obviously,
yeah,
we're going to be having our boy back, Mason Greenwood. So I'd really like to see how he's also going to fit into the squad. We're
yeah,
definitely going to be getting rid of a lot of players in this team. And I also can't wait for our January signings if we're going to make any, and also summer's transfer next season as well. I'm also
yeah,
looking forward. I'm looking because I think next season is probably the first time we're going to see a proper like Ten Hag side, a proper rejuvenated side from what he inherited from when he came. Because I think a lot of the players are gonna be gone, the likes of Harry Maguire, Ronaldo's already
hopefully
left,
Scott.
Sancho is going to leave, Scott McTominay, you know what I mean? Fred has already left. Johnny Evans, obviously, I'm pretty sure that's a one season ticket for him.
It is. It's 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So a lot of that, like, Donny van de Beek would have left, a lot of these like players that are just hanging around in the squad are going to leave. And we want to bring in more players. And then it's obviously the other ones who have been in the team but not been fit, like Boma last year, Ahmad, etc. You know,
yeah,
and then I think also would know the future with Pelestri as well, whether he
yeah.
stays and goes. And sad to say this, but also Martial, he might not be with us next season. So, I
Yeah,
wanted to leave on a banger. You know what I mean? I want this to
yeah,
be the last
yeah,
great
yeah.
season for us. And I just wish him the best afterwards. You know what I mean? But
True.
I think now, especially now, we've got Rasmus, really young player that we want to develop into that sort of striker that we need him to be for United. And also with, like I said, Greenwood coming back very young, Ahmad very young, Amrabat young, Bruno still young. This is going to be a nice, young, fit, motivated squad. Even getting a centre back to replace Varane. Not that I don't love Varane, but,
We need to.
exactly. Casemiro also needs to be replaced. Amrabat is not enough. We need another. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to next season. But yeah, before we wrap up this show,
Yeah.
score predictions for Crystal Palace match, and then we can wrap it up from there.
Oh, this one is gonna be a tough game. I actually, can I ask the Carabao? It's a knockout. It's almost like you lose, then you are out.
Yeah, yeah,
Home and
yeah.
away.
I
It's
don't
home and
think
away
so.
if you draw. Like a
Yeah,
second
I think if you draw, then you have to go and play
on
again.
second leg. All right.
Yes, until there's a result.
Bro, I honestly think if we go strong, we will win
Yeah,
because it's the Carabao Cup. But for some
yeah,
reason in the Prem, I'm not too sure.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know because I feel like Crystal Palace might favor saving their senior players for the Premier League for where it's actually important, and then actually putting their youngsters against us, to have a run. If they do that, that would be like an up yours to us. Like, yeah, man, we don't have time for you guys. We'll meet you guys in the Prem.
You know,
So
okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, but I will go with the 1-0 to
1-0.
United. Yeah,
Okay.
that's.
Um.
I
All
would
right.
like them to surprise me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with 1-0.
Um. Yeah. I think my score is going to be based on whatever team we put out. I think Crystal Palace will go strong because we are playing on Tuesday and it's still far off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Until the next fixture. So I think they can afford to put their strong team for both games. Plus, they're also not in Europe. So they're basically just involved in domestic competitions, which is Carabao Premier League, and then, of course, when FA Cup gets going. So
yeah,
I don't see any reason for Crystal Palace not to put out a strong team because these are the type of competitions that Crystal Palace are looking to go and win because they know that they can't win Premier League. You know, they
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah.
You understand
True.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they want to put all their eggs into this and try and claim something from these smaller tournaments. So I'm
Uh,
going Crystal Palace with a strong team. I'm going for well, right now we don't even have a strong team. Even if we have to say pick a strong team from what we have, it still won't be our
exactly.
strongest. But I think whatever we put out there, I'm sort of seeing I'm sort of seeing like a goal thriller match for some reason. And
Really
I'm seeing either we win 2-1 or we win 3-2. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually seeing a goal thriller match.
interesting. Interesting. I don't know why I'm not like. I would love that to happen. Yo,
Yeah.
because just thinking that Newcastle can put 8 like
Dude.
like it's
Oh
practice,
man. Bruh.
and we are failing to score one goal. Like,
One, one,
come
one,
on.
one. We failed to score
Ah,
one goal and Newcastle can go score.
no, no.
And it's always like a team every season that goes and gets a belt of a score. And we can never go and do that. I think we did it probably like 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago. I can't remember
With
which
Southampton,
it was.
Southampton,
Southampton, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But I mean,
9.
season after season, you'll find like teams like City, Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool. They always go there and get like a huge result. I mean, Liverpool got a huge result out of us last season, right? Was it
And
last season or the season before? And
last
City,
season,
exactly. So
the season before,
for
man.
like I think for 3 consecutive seasons we've been beat by a team at least by 7 goals, which is ridiculous. You know,
It's
but
mad.
we can never be the team to go out and do it. Every single season, at least one of the top teams goes and gives the team a belt of a score, but we can't even do that. So
Ah,
yeah, man. But
that
otherwise,
is so annoying.
any last remarks before we end off this episode?
Nah, man. I've been saying I hope the boys. I am positive. I am pushing behind them. The
Yeah,
only thing I can say is that they should get their act together. Like, we don't get it,
true.
and I don't. I know Rashford will never hear this,
Yeah,
and maybe he will. I don't know, but
yeah,
he needs to understand that we love him
yeah,
as a
man.
as a fan base. We love him, and we want him to excel. He shouldn't
Yeah.
think that he has to do it all by himself. I don't know if this message is actually being passed on to him. I don't know if any
Mm,
people, because it's weird. Like, I don't think they are not hearing the murmurs, or the people are saying, "Yo, Rashford, stop! Look for a
yeah,
man." Like, there's no way he's not noticing that he's not giving these passes.
yeah,
So, man, just and you know what the funny thing is about football? The more you give,
yeah,
the more you
yeah.
get. Football
True.
gods, they love givers. I'm telling you, man. I am in touch with the football.
Oh man.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, we're in the same WhatsApp group. You saw that thing. I'm going to mention. You saw that thing. They actually told me
Yeah,
that there's going to be a miracle. I didn't know which miracle it was. Lo and
yeah.
behold, 1.4 boy, born 1994, scores in the
Dude.
94th minute. Where's
Dude.
94? Blah blah blah.
Oh,
Everything 94.
dude.
Tell me that the gods are not playing with you guys.
Hey man. Madness.
The gods, they exist. They exist.
True.
They do. But yeah, man. I don't know. I just hope they can. I really, I want the goal thriller that you think is going to be. I'm really hoping
Yeah.
for it, because maybe that will kickstart a momentum that we need
Yeah.
in scoring goals, maybe to kick up, like put like a pep in their step. Maybe.
Yeah.
But we do need it. We do need it. We do.
Yeah.
Those boys are lacking confidence.
Yeah.
Bruh, nah, it's not right.
True. All right. No, thank you for those last remarks. And I think with that being said, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Glory Reds FC podcast. We really appreciate the love and support. We encourage you guys to continue to listen to us. We're going to try and switch it up over the next month, bring something different to the show, have more scheduled episodes that are going to be coming out on, specific days. Obviously, they'll be a bit different depending on when the matches are being played, but we'll try and be more consistent and up to date with everything that's going on. That includes not only on our podcast, but on our social media as well, and also on the website as well. We're going to make sure this upcoming month, we've got everything up to date. Obviously, we've hit a milestone. We've crossed over 20 episodes. When we started this, it was something that we envisioned, for a very long time. And now that we're doing it, we're so. But at the same time, we also want to give you guys some valuable content, and not just go out there and just talk for the sake of talking, but actually give something to you guys that you actually want to listen to, and that you'll be looking forward to listening to. So we're really going to work hard on that and make sure that in the following month we're going to breathe new life and give more energy and give everything into this community to make it bigger and better, and something that you guys can be proud of, and something that you guys would want to share with other people and get involved with yourselves. So yeah, but otherwise you guys can catch us on all your favorite podcasting listening platforms or Glory Reds FC. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Zcaster, Castbox. Man, you can find us everywhere. You know that. Go visit our website, gloryredsfc.co.uk. You can find our community page where you can join our WhatsApp groups, join in on our conversation, and also our social media links where you can follow us. And don't forget to join our Premier League fantasy group. And with that being said, thank you once again for listening to this podcast episode, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.